enti besina ade ba kwa Ghana fo ni bi enti omu ho ase a omu hia nkyerɛkyerɛmu the banking sector cleanup exercise according to 2019 August mo no Ghana fo ni besina omu nti omu ho ase but fan ba Bawumia gasa be kyerɛ nsɛm mu so on no say MPP town na senior economist wo be kyerɛ ndinja 2019 no ye collapse banks ni bebre in fact ye gye omu nyina license every omu nsɛm me man kyerɛ mu no akyerɛ wadwen e de ama me e comment section how you PENYAH block media mesra say any demo obela like video do am cross button some by click benefication corner of this up this about kyerɛ wadwen da ma me e comment section oba so a na she first onya bi ahwe it ma ka kyerɛ say it was in 2019 August mu and the Bank of Ghana governor Dr. Ernest Addison together with the finance minister exercise that was a banking sector cleanup exercise. So many banks and microfinances were affected. Any GN bank I said now and now very popular. That information GN bank issue now say Obia can be a Pagos Indium the bank and Obia can be. Say Pagos Indium bank in Crown. It was on 8th May 2006. For time and I say the bank we buy. Ana Niding a First National Savings and Loans Company Limited, that is FNSL. It was in 2014. Now say here omu auditing omu sika say no be a kosro. It's omu a movie from the standard of what microfinance to banking standard. So it was in 2014 under the then Bank of Ghana governor omu a promotee Pagos Indium the First National Savings and Loans Company Limited omu promotee no emano license to operate as a bank. But every 2015-16 air corner. Now say bank risk asem asat air form because that time no nani people na air complaining say omu air check of 1,000 cedis corner omu go cashier bank just keni ho no mo just say omu enya problem any ade ema in 2018 no the then a good for the Bank of Ghana governor that is Dr. Ernest Addison set a standard be say before you can be given license to operate as a bank now you must have a minimum capital of 400 million Ghana cedis. 400 million Ghana cedis. But that time Pagos Indium na onibi. Enti omode that information about 30th December 2018. No, it was on 4th January 2019. And Pagos Indium actually call Bank of Ghana sector ese osre. Sesi anu so mo ehwe nisika sena dia nisika se be from kakra. Enti no the bank so it doesn't qualify to operate in the model of bank. Enti now no I was say you reclassified as Savings and Loans Limited. And ye bank free in so you reclassified as Savings and Loans Company Limited. I was saying from GN Bank, ABN GN Savings and Loans Company Limited. But to no avail, to go through August, let's say bank and sell. Let's say still bank and intimidate it will so everybody license to operate. And many other banks and microfinances. Then you come up and make it 23. That's why we read the answer. Reason you answer the bank was what? Insolvent. Insolvent means that if bank is the same in a cambo more. Next year, a car bank in a dear, any deposit amount for sika a womb, you can't bomb near what if the bank is a one. Bank Nisika intimidate, it means a bank in Nisika. The bank is insolvent. And at that time, no, the then former president, John Mahama Crown, ever cast I said, Debbie, I don't know, oh my dear, M1 Ghana.
The crisis has created major problems in the banking and financial sector, including deepening the already widely held mistrust and lack of confidence in the system by many Ghanaians, and there appears to be no end in sight. It has also dealt a significant blow to the indigenous banks because such institutions usually have no external support to count on. While this development may appear as a threat to only the businesses that have been shut down, it is in fact a threat to our national security. Indeed, as has been widely touted, ownership of capital matters. The ethnicity of capital is real, and the banking sector and financial system of a country are part of its national security architecture. The developments in the banking and financial system and the matters arising call for great concern for all who have been affected by this financial sector turmoil, especially because it is an issue that threatens our country's national security. We must all be worried about the businesses that have collapsed, the licenses that have been revoked, the massive job losses, the hardship this is causing to some customers and the trauma of having their lifetime savings in jeopardy. There's also the consequence on the health and well-being of customers and workers, including honoring their obligations as parents by providing for their families and dependents, paying school fees of their wards, and paying rent in order to give their families decent and safe places to lay their heads, among others. These are trying times indeed, and as a leader of the main opposition party, I cannot look on unconcerned. We cannot look on without our voices being heard and without being on the side of the many people who may be agonizing over the situation because they have lost their capital investments.
Emwa Ghana, Emma that time Bawumia, Ebeka say he says Nyabo na say ope obi blame for this yen blame because womu namunim say crisis way and air cost at the banking sector, but you stood aloof. I say mo yese mo mfa ho mo hwe it is ope blame na. You should blame yourself rather.
Banking and financial crisis. That is one area that Nipa Bibri Ehukai, Abainankasa Hokai, individuals, companies, organizations, livelihoods. To start off with, banking crisis, he said, why didn't we just let it ride? I didn't hear Sadi.
Hey, Kwame.
Yes, sir.
Let it ride here.
I said, Nipa Bibri Pache said their lives were moving on. Okay. Banking, financial, and idea which another.
Kamuna driver no or the question. But now Tihosa say everything is going well. Next thing you know, you are jumping over the cliff when you're accident. But let us go back to the beginning. Banking crisis is very sad because the previous government were fully aware, say there was a problem.
They were?
They were fully aware, say no problem was in terms of the financial sector and the banking sector. 2015, IMF asset quality review 2015, and it showed major problems in the banking sector. I spoke about it sometime in 2015, and Meka say we have 8 banks which could collapse if nothing is done about it. A former president in his State of the Nation address in 2016 pointed to the problems, especially in the microfinance sector. Even under their tenure, 82 microfinance institutions collapsed. 82, including DKM. So there were such bad practices of governance and the management of these institutions, and we had to step in because some of the banks were set up without any capital. They just lied their way to setting up the bank. They moved money here, showed it to the central bank. Central bank gave them the license. Then they moved the money out. And they were using central bank liquidity support for other purposes rather than reviving these banks. So when we say by the time we got into office, things were really unraveling, and the new management at the central bank decided to rescue, because we were on the brink, really on the brink of a collapse of the system, and so they had to move quickly to rescue the financial system. And that is why they revoked the licenses, I think, of about 9 banks or so, and 23 savings and loans, and over 300 microfinance institutions. And that act is one of the most important acts that have been done to save our economy. Kwame,
yes, sir.
You had depositors 4.6 million depositors whose monies were at stake. 4.6 million. Kwame, can you imagine, say pay 4.6 million people will lose their deposits completely? Can you imagine? Like the 82 that had already lost, 82 depositors of the 82 financial institutions that had collapsed before, who were not paid. We were on the brink of losing the deposits of 4.6 million people. Intina, the rescue plan was implemented, and you had to essentially rationalize the banking system and make sure that the deposits were saved. And so those deposits were saved. At the end of the day, government has had to expend, close to 21 billion in the financial sector to save these deposits.
Was it that bad?
It was, Kwame. When I saw the numbers at the time, it was quite frightening.
The reason I'm asking was it that bad is because some have said that we could have handled it better. We could have found ways to go around it without people losing their jobs and
but Kwame, it doesn't make sense because we were trying to handle it. That was how it was being done before as a country. They were being given support to try to keep them afloat. Liquidity support, but it wasn't being used for the right purpose. And when you have people who have mismanaged banks and they don't have the capital and they've missed all the supervisory regulatory ratios that are required, it's not new that you close the banks, but you make sure that the customers' deposits are safe. So you move them, which in this case they move them to GCB and Consolidated Bank for the most part.
Also 2015 as a 2014 IMF, World Bank, Nina say banking crisis it's on our hands. I'm penny Sabreno so can wasem. Ain't I didn't the Bank of Ghana ain't taking action at the time. How about more Bank of Ghana yo Juma? You've been deputy governor before. I didn't know Juma. I was some way and 1 year. And how come says I did buy Ubia as a Bank of Ghana?
I think there have been some reforms at the Bank of Ghana as a result. And I think that they have been very, very strong in looking at financial sector and putting in certain governance protocols so that what happened, the AC, in CBM. That is what the Bank of Ghana has done, both internally and externally. But you are right, say some of the blame has to be at the feet of the bank in terms of our supervisory oversight, the bank's supervisory oversight, and then you are also dealing with the situation of the banks themselves, who were to a large extent presenting very false and misleading reports to the central bank about the state of their data, their records, their financial records. Very misleading reports, as we've seen. So we are moving forward to do it. Right now, as you know, that there is still the issue of some of the savings and loans and microfinance companies that have not yet been paid. The depositors, the banks have been paid, but what we want to ensure is equality of treatment between what we have done for the bank customers and what we have to do for the savings and loans and no more any for microfinance customers. So I'm happy to say that so far, as at yesterday, I am informed that the liquidity has now been raised to take care of all the savings and loans and the microfinance companies. So I think that the receiver is going to go ahead starting this week to make payments to these groups, like DKM customers and so on. It is very, very important that process begin, and we hope it will be completed.
Your Excellency, talking about payment, Nipa Bisu or Home Patch say Omanpenyi Nanado Dankwe Kufado ka say ibetiomuka. I'll see you too biaka. In so be patches almost anka musika. Ebisu patch say Mama muskan fia bi. Ana ne aka na mo say a bond. Bond so de sabe and school fees in electricity in Torre. Yes, sir.
As I'm not say 98% of depositors omusa aka omusika. That's what the receiver tells us. 98%.
Omusika 100%.
Yes.
And I say Sikani bond.
Well, I think that there's a mix of the two.
Okay.
Sikani bond so but I think that 98% have gotten. But the bond is just basically an acknowledgement of an obligation to you. So the government may not have enough cash, but tells you that I owe you, right? So we will give you that money. But that gives you comfort compared with someone telling you have lost your deposits. Whoa. So, but what we are doing now, the savings and loans and microfinance, what is being raised, I think they are going to try to pay them in cash. And what we are hoping to do also is to try to restructure those bonds so that we can give them liquidity rather than the bond. So that is also work in progress. Ministry of Finance and Bank of Ghana should be working on as well.
Emma, Bawumia sabe ye video sabe chire nsemu that time no. Ka se na obi aka se na ne me koyi da bi ne ma koyi. Se ne ma koyi anka won take that decision anka omunya sa. Things were not in rightful order. That's why they commenced that banking sector cleanup. I'm at that time no there. Omo twenya. Am I even besi 2023? Ebesi 2023 still no does come as because bekaya lawyer Eduzi Tamakulu eko granted interview elhon oblasting Bawumia Akufo and MPP government for what they did, the banking sector cleanup. Omo oblasting womo
in this country. Do you know who unveiled the plaque for the opening of Construction Bank? Do you know who? Dr. Bawumia, June 2017.
Where is the bank?
Exactly the question. He is talking about people who are not quote unquote prudent or created a problem. So at the time Bawumia went to the Octagon and unveiled Construction Bank, was he sleeping with Addison? Were they in coma? Do you even know what you are talking about? Listen, when the MPP came to power, they claimed that the total problem of our banking sector was 9 billion. Correct?
Correct.
9 billion Ghana cedis.
Correct.
So our position was that get the 9 billion, give it to the banks, and you keep them floating. Do you know that after this foolish initiative of destroying banks, they now told us that they've spent 25 billion.
And counting.
And counting.
Because GM Bank has not been.
So, in fact, your government should be charged for causing financial loss to the state.
Oh, how?
And the people who took that decision.
You're a lawyer. You cannot be speaking.
No. How do you spend 25 to solve a 9 billion problem? If you are prudent, if you are wise, if you are intelligent, if you have been brought home properly, you say a problem is worth 9 billion. By the time you were done solving the problem, it has cost you 25 billion.
Oh, is the problem solved?
Not. Even 25 billion, the problem has not been solved. You claim that you have created a new bank called CBG, correct? Today, the financial statement for CBG 2022 is out there. They've already posted over 2 billion losses.
Negative. Yeah.
Negative. But you see, the MPP is a political party founded on mischief and diabolics. Do you know what they did? In order to declare some banks insolvent, they deliberately, without understanding of banking, raised the minimum capital adequacy ratio. They raised
it was always on the table.
Please. They deliberately raised it in such a way as to force the banks. And so then they will use that excuse to destroy them.
That is a conspiracy.
Can you read that portion of John Mohammed's speech where he said on
your time is up.
No,
let me go to Professor John Gachi. Are you there?
I beg you, let me just conclude on something.
Okay.
Hold on. Atuesian was charged for 27 million Ghana cedis. What has that got to do with a banking sector with a problem of 9 billion? You don't even understand the charges your own AG preferred against.
Yes, but did you read the Bank of Ghana's own report based on the Boulders report?
I have the Boulders report.
Isaac, I don't go say we should discard it though. But for example, 81 million
because of the conflict of the people who prepared
and 81
the
million
report,
was sent somewhere in Zimbabwe and all that. Yes, so
no, but that is not even the issue. That's not even the issue.
It's
the real yes. So if that is the case, like I gave the scenario, if a father is not treating the children well, you don't kill the children. That is foolish.
I must say that time they say abe defense any of the others are Bawumia beka na we abeka Bawumia be man chirimu na we abe chirimu e go see 2024 Emma Mahama e she boss oba obia Revokation license no on the man forgetting the situation at hand said the banks were insolvent bank didn't sika omuntu meet the standard omuntu meet the means and the demands of the depositors forgetting that Mahama e give it out in the way say oba obia or say fathers or the last man biano or the bia lances every man I say pa kwesi no anytime okopo Mahama a time no asem no koya Emma even on the 3rd of January 2025 I go further during his state of the nation address can also chip in the banking sector cleanup record 2019 or chip in I can say it was a necessity
that the banking sector cleanup undertaken by my administration was an act of necessity, not of vendetta. It was a bold and decisive intervention to safeguard the strength and integrity of Ghana's financial system. The illegalities and irregularities perpetuated by the affected banks and financial institutions are well documented and indisputable. These practices threaten the very foundation of our banking sector and jeopardize the hard-earned savings of millions of Ghanaians. Our actions ensure that not a single depositor lost their money, an unprecedented achievement in financial crisis management. Today, the results are there for all to see. A more robust, stable, and resilient banking sector capable of driving economic growth and supporting the aspirations of our people. It was a necessary decision to restore public confidence and secure the future of Ghana's financial sector.
But still, not Ghana front as I was in Bawumia. Abekas ma copy video bi say Bawumia eye. Na Bawumia abetiremu. Dienti potia. Omo eye that cleanup exercise no. Na emfaso so a ebama Ghana for ni bi that time.
I don't understand whether the former president has taken his time to actually understand what happened in the banking sector. Some atrocious things happened. And this is why these banks had to be saved. They were not collapsed, they were merged into other banks. And we no banking depositor lost one cedi. Everybody maintained. But you had very bad things happening. You know, some of the banks broke all the rules and extended loans way above the single obligor limits. They were given, in some cases, 1 billion cedis by the Bank of Ghana to help them get out of the mess, and they only got deeper into the mess. Another bank was giving capital to save the situation, was giving money from the Bank of Ghana's lender of last resort facility, and they used that money to go and set up Capital Bank instead of rescuing the problem that they had. They took the money from the central bank and went to set up another bank, which was also collapsed. Some took money and went and invested in private property. So it was against this background when the governor came to report, and this was one of my nightmares as in the last 8 years. I couldn't sleep that night, that the banking system, most people didn't understand how close we were to a collapse of the entire banking system, but we were this close because all it would have taken was for a few depositors to go to UT Bank or UMT and they'll tell you there's no money. what would happen? There would have been a complete run on the banking system in Ghana. We would have collapsed the banking system. When the governor came to report that we were on the verge of collapse, decisions had to be taken to save the banking system and to save depositors. And this is how come we had to merge many of these banks into other banks. And we saved 4.6 million depositors. I'll ask the former president, if he hasn't read, to go and read the receiver's report, or to go and read the Bank of Ghana report and acquaint himself.
So we, any semwa, Bawumia eka. Ochiremu say, they saved over 4.6 million Ghanaians. Na omusika, especially these sectors, they were all saved. About 4.6 million depositors. Over to what you Eddie Amame. Comment section. What is your take on this issue? Comment section. How you PENYAH Block Media? Accra.